Today's sponsor is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/shark. Hello, welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks podcast. I'm your host, John Lassoff. Joining me, as always, are my co-hosts, Mark Hoffmeyer.
Stellan Skarsgård got a bum deal on Deep Blue Sea.
Did he?
Well, dude, yeah, that shark took his arm off.
Not only that, so like he's the smartest guy in the world, right? This really smart shark bites his arm off, right? They attach him to a stretcher. That stretcher gets attached to a helicopter. That helicopter gets attacked by a shark. That shark takes the stretcher with Stellan Skarsgård attached while he has oxygen on his mouth so he can breathe. The shark swims him about a quarter mile, right? While he's breathing and knowing exactly what's going on, the shark swims him back to the place where he got his arm bit off, uses his stretcher as a battering ram to crack the glass. That glass explodes and he rolls in, potentially killing his friends. And he might still survive while breathing.
Yeah.
That's really in depth. That's like a Saw death right there, if you think.
Can I just say, you know how like back in the old Bugs Bunny cartoons, like before they were worried about smoking, basically, and they'd be like, like Elmer Fudd was going to kill Bugs, so he'd give him his cigarette, a last cigarette, right? Yeah. Like stuff like that. Yeah. Well, so Stellan Skarsgård, when he got attacked by the shark, he was smoking a cigarette in that room. You remember that? He was holding a cigarette, and I think it was his cigarette hand that got bitten off. So he was denied completion of his last cigarette by his ultimate executioner.
Yep. And then there's a scene in the film where he's peeing outside, but he's peeing into the wind. So this guy, like, he has really terrible luck throughout this film. And his death is, I mean, like, it all builds to, like, a miserable death for this guy.
You think he pissed off the writer, like, midway through production? You know, like, maybe he made, like, a snide remark about, like, the writer's hair that day. It was like, oh, he's going to pay for that.
Wait, so he's like breathing oxygen, right? Because he has that tank. Yeah. So he's got oxygen while he's underwater. For, like, let's just skip out, like, the running time of the movie and realize that in the plot, that was probably, like, 10-plus minutes that he was under there with that shark, maybe 20 minutes. What is going through his head? Well, that shark is just dragging him around like a chew toy on that gurney underwater, right? Like, what is he thinking? Like, he's thinking, like, first he's like, ah, like in his head, right? Not in the little oxygen thing. But then later, like after a few minutes, he gets tired of screaming. He's like, oh, what the hell is this shark doing? And then later he's like, oh, look, a sunfish. And then, like, and then later he's like, oh, look, a tarpon. And then later it's, I'm going to kill my friends. Like, what happened in that in-between?
I feel like at the end of it, though, he's probably, like, respecting the shark. He's like, this shark literally dragged me from a helicopter, planned on using me as a battering ram. I wonder if they formed a bond in those 20 minutes.
He might have actually had, like, a quiet satisfaction that this shark that he made was in fact so intelligent, and he was getting to appreciate it more than he ever did because he was witnessing the application outside of the rat maze, right? He was seeing the rat in the wild, not in a maze anymore. So he was witnessing its intelligence.
Man, I nailed
it. and then the shark nailed him into that glass.
Right. John Lemongood. Just, tell me all about Deep Blue Sea.
Greatest movie ever.
Yeah.
It is a wonderful movie. We've talked about the speech. I feel like if you went through all our podcasts and grabbed all the clips, you'd have, like, we will have narrated all of the scenes worth watching in that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
We should do. We should, like, act out the entirety of Deep Blue Sea through the next 100 podcasts. and then just be able to edit like the entire film together through our pod.
So we'll just slip in bits of dialogue. We'll just slip in bits of dialogue from the movie, then we'll recut them into a later episode.
And then just like do an audiobook on like our 200th episode.
I think that what we should do is take turns reading as if we were acting out a certain scene, like a monologue, except we have to read the monologue in a character's voice from a different movie.
Let it be like
you've got to be LL Cool J, like giving his like video eulogy, including like the best omelet recipe ever, but you do it as Gollum.
Oh, nice. Oh. All right, guys. I think it's time to start the podcast, like we always do with listener questions. Let me good. I think you got the questions for us this week.
Yep. Frequent listener and questioner Darth Dirtbag, a.k.a. Dirty D from Melbourne, says, with Deadpool pulling off a well-defined CG character, facial expressions notwithstanding, who is the best CG-only character? Now, we've kind of touched on this a little bit before, but we're revisiting it anyway, because, like, to me, this is, like, the best non-human character, but in this case, it's just a CG character, right?
I mean, it's got to be the shark from Deep Blue Sea.
You know, I never even thought of that. Wait, is that full CG? Because at times they use an animatronic.
Oh, yeah, they built a real one. But, I mean, like you were saying full CG. Are we talking, like, mocap? Are we talking, like, Andy Serkis as Gollum? Or as Caesar?
Yeah, I think he means like that. Something that is entirely CG.
Oh, it's got to be Gollum.
I would agree with that.
Like, when I read this, I was like, it's got to be Gollum. I said it, like, in the middle of a Publix when I read it, and everyone looked at me and went, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's really Publix. Like, there's people all around me. We were shopping. We were looking for corned beef. And, like, about 15 people just looked at me, winked, and pointed at me and went, yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
Gollum.
feel like Wally is getting overlooked.
Who?
Wally.
Oh, yeah.
I think Wally was the best because Wally didn't even need dialogue to be powerful, and Wally almost drew me to tears more than once.
What about Eva?
Wait, I want to clarify the question a bit. Now, when he says best CG character of all time, does it matter like the context? Like, does it have to be like CG with live action? The actors, or is it just like
he just said who is the best CG only character? That's all we get.
Because to me, it seems like what's the best CG character in a live action movie, which to me would be Gollum.
Not Jar Jar Binks.
No, not Jar Jar Binks. Yeah, Gollum. Just Andy Serkis did an amazing job. Just with his movement, really, and yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any other character that would be better than Gollum.
I like Groot kind of stepped up the CG game a little bit. But, I mean, Gollum, man. Gollum. Two Towers? Gollum. Like,
Gollum came to mind, but when I thought of Wally, I mean, Wally affected me. See, Gollum didn't affect me. Gollum impressed me, and he impressed the hell out of me. But Wally affected me frequently. So for me, like, I'm viewing it more as an emotional answer for me, I guess, than like a critical, like, answer. But like for me, emotionally, it's all Wally.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. At the end of, I'm starting to sound like DJ. I'm not gonna lie. At the end of Two Towers, I had a tear rolling down my eye just by how impressed I was with everything. That movie was so impressive that I was crying while watching Two Towers.
That made it on your recent like analysis of in the top. It was in the top 100 best movies of the century so far, right?
Yeah, of the 21st century, the top 10 critic, audience / rated films. So the top 10, all three of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings made the list, but Two Towers was the top. Two Towers was number 4.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that one had the best war scenes too, like the best large scale battle scenes.
Yeah. And I get, I just Gollum, man. When I saw Gollum in 2002, like my jaw just dropped. The way Serkis, he stepped up the game for everything. And I think Wally is incredibly impressive. He's in the top 15 actually of the 21st century. But this man, like Gollum, Andy Serkis, like that. I love, and then even in Hobbit, that scene with Martin Freeman and Gollum was just beautiful. Like it was just great. I just love. Yeah, I'm Gollum all day.
Well, I just thought of another example. It's not as emotionally impacting as the others, but Optimus Prime from Transformers. It was badass. Like, come on, when you see him transform from a semi to like a huge hulking robot, like that was cool.
And he had a great like malevolence to him too.
Yeah, the first one, right?
Yeah.
The first one was
Optimus
the only
Prime,
one
Megatron, even Bumblebee. You know, they were all great, like CG characters. It was fun. I didn't shed any tears, but
when people try to slam the first Transformers, I'm like, dude,
no,
you liked it.
It was fun.
And then they're like,
I think the first Transformers was great. Yeah, but I honestly think it was great.
And then they're like, no, man, it was all right. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. The second Transformers, like, you know, the writer's strike was going on, so it kind of had that excuse. But the third one, it was just like, it was a complete turd.
It's a garbage pail film.
And the fourth one, I didn't even bother watching.
So, that was misery.
Yeah.
That movie.
So, yeah, just watch the first Transformers. Maybe it'll bring a tear to your eye. Who knows?
Okay, I don't know if you can edit this, but so the fourth Transformers is about 2 hours and 30 minutes long. Mm-hmm. Edit, John. Just do a clip of me going for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and that's the fourth Transformers.
Okay.
Yeah, but every now and then you've got Mark Wahlberg talking about inventing stuff. Like, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I've got these huge biceps, but I'm always inventing things, and I got to invent more things, and I don't have time for a real job because I'm inventing things, and I'm trying to do a Mark Wahlberg accent.
Whenever people offer Mark Wahlberg jobs as like a sensitive science teacher, like it's always The Happening or Transformers 4. So I'm going to write a terrible movie, right? And be like, hey, Mark Wahlberg, you get to play like a science teacher. And he's going to be like, I'm in.
I'd love to.
And then I automatically got $10 million in funding. And it's going to be the worst movie ever.
I feel like he takes these roles
and
just to prove that he can.
It was either the Funky Bunch of Science teacher.
All right, so I guess the answer to that question is Mark Wahlberg plays the sciencey types in bad movies.
Yep.
So, there we go.
All right. Second question comes from the Facebook group called Everything Sci-Fi and Fantasy. The questioner is L.E. Tatum. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If moonlight is reflected sunlight off the moon, why doesn't it bother vampires?
You know, last week when I brought up something about Deadpool, you're like, my eyes are crossed. When I read this question, I tried to think about it, and my eyes got crossed, and I just froze up. Like, I just froze up. Mm-hmm. I didn't move for about 20 minutes. My God. I mean, I guess if we think about it, the vampire lore is taken from probably, like, anemic people who, folklore, which led to vampirism. So people really haven't thought that through. Like, there's no logic in vampirism. So, like, I think they kind of yada-yada'd through that.
Right. So, moonlight. Yada, yada, yada. And, some people's bloods. Yeah.
Fine.
I don't know. Maybe it's tolerable. Like UV light is tolerable, like at certain degrees to vampires. I don't know. Like maybe the moonlight isn't as rough as the sun, even though it's I don't know. I don't know. How did the Twilight vampires deal with it? Like
they just
maybe
sparkled. They put sunblock on,
and that made them sparkle.
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Did they even wear sunblock?
No, they just lived where there was a lot of cloud cover.
Yeah.
I think that they were just fine in sunlight.
Well, they lived in Seattle area, so they knew it would rain a lot, and there's a lot of cloud cover.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, I mean, my take on this is that like sunburn comes down to the kind of accumulated UVA and UVB rays that your skin receives over a period of time because your skin doesn't have time to recover from it. So it's almost like a threshold. So if it's a lower density of them, if you will, per unit time coming in contact with you when it's reflected from the moon, then maybe it just never meets the threshold for causing any damage. Just like we don't ever get sunburn from the moonlight, but we get sunburn from sunlight. But it is both from the sun.
Yeah.
That's my answer. And in Blade they could wear sunblock, but they could only wear sunblock. Remember when the sun started rising and there wasn't as much sunlight coming out? But when the sun was really coming up, they're like, we got to get out of here. We have sunglasses and sunblock, but we're gonna fry. So like even they indirectly were kind of taking it as like an amount, if you will, like an amplitude of sunlight per unit time that they could handle. That's my over-analytical approach that probably the writers of vampire movies didn't get into very much.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's right, but I'm just going to go with yada yada.
Yeah.
I think that they yada yada'd it, and I think that we have unyada yada'd it for future vampire movie makers. So in the future, when they cite UVB ray accumulation, my hands are waving in the air furiously right now. But if they ever make reference to like photonic or UVB accumulation per unit time or light thresholds, we're suing their asses. You hear us?
John, write it down and throw it on the ground.
Yep.
We're back to throwing it on the ground.
Yeah. So the answer to that question is sunblock, maybe. No one knows. Sure.
The answer to the question of how can they handle moonlight if it's reflected from the sun is you're going to hear from my lawyer.
Right. All right. Well, I think we thoroughly answered those questions. Or not.
My blood pressure is slowly normalizing again.
Yeah. All right. Thanks again for those wonderful listener questions, everyone. I don't know. Every time we do a listener question segment, I'm always like wondering like whether or not we actually did good. I can never tell. All right.
I want, you know what I'd like to do is sometime I'd like to play someone our answers to some listener questions and have them guess what the question was.
What, like Jeopardy?
Well, no, because sometimes we go on such weird tangents that, I have to wonder if you only heard our answer and didn't hear the question, would you know what question was asked?
I feel like that wouldn't be fair, considering it's us. like you would have to make 3 right turns and a left just to get to the to what the question was originally. So, all right, I think it's time to move on to the topic for today. Mark, I think you got a topic for us.
I do. And in honor of March Madness, college basketball, the tournament, it's in full swing. It's moving on. The nation is captivated. People are losing a lot of money. People are making a lot of money. I decided to, I decided we should do our pod and come up with the best cinematic basketball team possible. If you listen to our podcast about, our fantasy cinematic football team where Lazarus picked the Sarlacc pit to be his wide receiver from Return of the Jedi, it got really...
I don't even understand that.
Yeah, Levengood about lost his mind. Levengood almost exploded. He didn't understand that pick. And we just had a great time doing that podcast. So I was like, hey, in honor of March Madness, let's be timely. Let's keep it relevant. And let's do, for the month, not next month. But let's pick a cinematic basketball team that could beat any other team alive just by the sheer fact that we're picking monsters and superheroes and creatures and the weirdest things imaginable. And as always with MFF, we're going to keep it random. So we're going to pick the best cinematic basketball team by picking any cinematic character. It doesn't matter. They don't even have to have ever touched a basketball, and we're going to put them on our team. This is the air up there, and we're Kevin Bacon. We're going out there, and we are picking a cinematic basketball team throughout the cinematic world.
All right. Nice.
John Levengood almost died when you said Sarlacc.
I'm actually still thinking, I'm reliving that in my head right now, because even a center, even a 400-pound center is probably going to run what? Like a 5.5 or a 5.8 40?
Yeah. Almost.
After that, they're winded, but what does the Sarlacc get? A 5.5 hour 40? It would take forever for that organism to move 40.
I think you just put it there before the game.
If you put the whole defense, the whole defensive coverage on the Sarlacc pit, they'd just be playing Ring Around the Rosie around this big Sarlacc pit, and you just like lob the ball into the middle of it. It would catch it.
I would pick a bunch of red shirts to be on my team, and so the red shirts would dive in, intercept the ball, then fall into the Sarlacc pit and die. But that means my team gets the ball back.
You would need Hulk. You would need the Incredible Hulk to tackle a Sarlacc if it was making a run.
Or Beowulf, or Kevin Costner from Waterworld.
That's right.
Oh, man. All right. I think let's get started with our picks, actually.
Yeah.
Mark, do you want to kick off the festivities?
Okay, so every team needs a center. All right, every team needs a center. You know, Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon. Who's that guy that played for the Utah Jazz in the '90s? I can't remember his name.
Karl Malone.
But he was a forward.
Oh, right.
The Ostertag.
Oh, right.
So my center is the huge troll from the end of Troll Hunter.
Oh, nice.
You mean that 100-foot tall troll?
He was like 100 yards. So if traveling is 3 steps, all you would have to do is toss it up, right? The troll would fumbly catch the ball, walk 2 steps, and then dunk it because you can't goaltend.
He would just reach. He wouldn't even have to move. He can reach both baskets.
Yep, I would just post him up near the basket, and it would be you would never lose a tip-off. So, yeah, who better, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you who better.
Uh-oh.
Dave Franco from Now You See Me.
What?
Okay.
Dave Franco from Now You See Me, the sleight of hand guy who was throwing cards and who could do voice mimicry. Because let me tell you why he'd beat your troll. First off, when they throw that ball up for the tip-off, they're not throwing it 100 feet in the air. It's just a regular official as far as I'm concerned. That ball's just going up 9 or 10 feet. So that's more Dave Franco's territory. It would take that troll too long to reach down there. And Dave Franco is going to mimic the troll's coach, mimic his voice, and be like, let it go, or so-and-so's got it. And then Dave Franco will get it with no problem whatsoever. And then he'll be the best fake out ever with his little sleight of hand tricks and stuff. Dave Franco is going to outdo your troll.
Yeah, but I feel terrible for the people in the crowd now because Dave Franco is going to piss this troll off. This troll's going to go on a rampage and kill about 50,000 people.
Dude, if that troll got angry and farted, Dave Franco would be in a twister being chased by Helen Hunt or Laura Dern and whoever that was, and Bill Paxton.
See, the picture I'm looking at of the troll right now, he's like breathing and there's a ton of air. Like it looks like a tornado coming out of his mouth.
But think about it. So Dave Franco has the ball, right? And he's moving down court. And he
the center?
Yeah, because he's so good. He'd fool you. Because what if he mimicked your coach's voice and yelled your name the moment that you were about to jump? Wouldn't that freak you out if you heard your coach yell your name?
Dude, I would hate to play a magician in basketball. That would be the most frustrating thing.
Like, where's the ball? Where's the ball?
Yeah, I'm so pissed off. Like it's like the Harlem Globetrotters when they play their opponents time like 10. Like I would just be the most furious guy ever. Like, come on, man. You're literally floating with a ball. That's traveling.
Right.
Just because you're levitating doesn't mean that's not traveling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Troll Hunter.
So, okay, Troll Hunter. Lemon, was that your second pick? Or
that was my first pick. Was
your first pick. Okay. So my first pick is she probably had like the only decent scene from Alien Resurrection, but I'm going with Sigourney Weaver, the great backwards half court basketball shot scene where she just turns around and just like, whoop, and just like obviously she can shoot the ball, but if you think about it, she's got the stature to be a great basketball player. She's tall. She's kind of wiry. She doesn't back down.
She's dunking.
Yeah.
She cuddles big baby aliens.
Yeah. I feel like you wouldn't want anybody else in the backcourt.
And there's clones of Ripley in Alien Resurrection. So if she blows out her ankle, you just put the other one in.
Yeah. Plus, they're coachable.
Except it would be like one of the uglier, weirdly shaped ones.
Dude, I love the video of Sigourney Weaver doing that shot because, like, Ron Perlman's in the background just, like, cheesing out because of it.
Yeah. Apparently...
Did she really make that shot when they filmed?
Yeah, she did it, and she did it on the first try. And, like, when you see Ron Perlman in the background just kind of, like, freaking out, like, apparently that was just real. Like, oh... it's Sigourney Weaver.
So, what about when David, or that is Michael Fassbender, was riding his bicycle in circles in Prometheus, shooting baskets? Does anyone know if he actually made that shot?
He probably did. I mean, it's Michael Fassbender.
You think they just did it a whole bunch of times?
I think he nailed it on the first take.
Because he's Michael. In that case, I want Michael Fassbender on my team. I might have said David, but now it's too close to Sigourney Weaver from for Ripley from Alien Resurrection. So I got to go with the sub later.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I'm going to add that to the post I got coming out. Thank you for that, because Fassbender did pull that shot.
Yeah.
Sorry about that phone call earlier. I'm in the basement up in the mountains here, so the phones are going off.
Yeah. It might be an emergency.
Yeah. Nah.
Not yet.
It's from Colorado.
Okay.
All right. But this is interesting. So we have like a 200 or 300 foot tall troll that, in my opinion, got beaten on tip off by Dave Franco. But honestly, Sigourney Weaver would probably just grab him and over-D him. And Sigourney Weaver, if this was a three-way like tip-off, I think Sigourney Weaver might have actually won it.
Okay, so we got Sigourney Weaver as our center.
Okay.
I think so. I really felt confident that, assuming that he didn't get squashed, Dave Franco would beat your troll. But I think Sigourney Weaver, she would just hold him by the trousers when he goes to jump to get the ball. So you just hold him in place, or maybe he'd be staring at her butt or something because she's iconic. I have no idea.
Yeah.
All right, so it's the S-weave. That's our center.
Yeah.
The S-weave.
All right, Mark. What's your second pick?
All right. So I'm pretty certain this one is gonna do it. I got David Rice, Hayden Christensen from Jumper.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, wait. You were talking about flying as traveling, but this is technically not traveling?
Yep, because he's just jumping.
It's or maybe you didn't even, leave the ground. You just...
Boop, boop. There's no way to guard him. There's, he's pretty much... You can't defend him. He could be listen, when I was jumping, I was dribbling. You don't know. You would never know, right? While I was jumping, I was dribbling. There's no way to stop this guy.
Right.
I know how to stop him.
And I think it would be retribution for Hayden Christensen because I like Jumper. I think it's a garbage pail movie, but I love it.
I think that Dave Franco would mimic the voice of the official and say, teleport traveling, and it would distract Hayden Christensen just long enough for him to knock the ball out of his hands.
But you're really worried about what the referees say on these courts.
Just saying, man. Yeah. Just saying, I'm on it.
So I got David Rice from Jumper. That's my pick. Because I just, imagine guarding him. It's I got you, David Rice. Wait, where are you, David Rice?
I feel like the only way to...
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
What?
Let me good. Sorry. Go ahead, let me good.
No, that's all right. What were you saying? Because I was going to go to my next pick.
Oh, I was about to say, the only way to guard him would just get, another jumper on him, right? Then we just...
Are you kidding me? Get a paladin. Get Samuel in there.
Yeah.
Call his jump hole. That's what they call it, or rip in time. But I feel like you'd be too...
With his Wonder Woman lasso.
And silver hair.
So my second pick was going to be either David or Ripley clone. It was going to be one of those. But so now I'm moving down the line, and this is actually a guy with his own sub. What's funny is that I don't know anything about basketball, and for some reason I felt tempted to go with basketball players in film. So I like Billy Hoyle and Sidney Dean from White Men Can't Jump.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. Oh, they're the best.
So it's Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson, except what it is it's really only one of them, and the other one is kind of who you would sub out from when you need to sub out. Because they're kind of the same player. The big difference is that Sidney Dean, he has dunks galore. Billy Hoyle only has one dunk on his resume at the end of one movie, so I don't even know if I'd trust him with that. But he's better at free throws. He makes his free throws. And I think those characters were so hilarious, man.
I mean, that's a great film. I love that.
You know what's funny, too, about that movie? I guess, like, this could be a heckler in the audience. Remember the guy who was like, man, you don't know anything. I thought we was going to Sizzler. Remember that guy, the really whiny guy with the puffy hat?
Yeah.
Like, who was like, he talked smack the fastest. So that dude's name is Kadeem Hardison.
Oh, I love it.
And his movie right before this was like this horrible B-movie vampire horror flick called Death by Temptation.
Right.
It was terrible. Like, and he wasn't very good in it either. And then his next movie was this. And when I saw it on IMDb, I was stunned it was even the same actor. But that character would be a great heckler, right? Like, kind of like the roadie who like follows his cousin, the basketball player, around, and he gets taken out by security for heckling the other team.
So we got 3 people, and then we got my boy Hayden Christensen.
Right. All right.
Well, so really, we're talking like Sidney Dean. We're talking like Wesley Snipes on him.
Yeah. Okay.
W. Snipes.
Yeah.
The W. Snip.
All right. Time for my second pick. I'm gonna go with a Wes Anderson classic. I'm gonna go with Rushmore. I'm gonna go with Bill Murray's character. If you guys remember from Rushmore, there's like a very quick little scene where Bill Murray is on the phone with Jason Schwartzman, and like Bill Murray, like I forget the reason why, but he was like kind of strolling through like a schoolyard or whatever, and like as he was on the phone, like he just comes across this kid who's about to go for like a dunk on like one of those kid-sized basketball hoops, and he just runs up behind him and just like knocks the ball away. It was just like the funniest thing I've ever seen. I just like I want that guy on my basketball team. Like I just.
Wait, can I just say like how impressive it is that you chose Bill Murray, but you didn't choose Space Jam?
Listen, it was a tough choice, but I love Rushmore even more than Space Jam, which is hard to believe. I know, but I think Rushmore is my favorite Wes Anderson movie, and that's one of my favorite scenes from Rushmore. So I had to fit that in somehow.
Now,
and plus, Bill Murray is just like swatting a ball out of a kid's hand. There's nothing funnier than that.
Was that a steal? Mark, did you have this on your list? Did you have Bill Murray from Rushmore on your list?
I'm the #1 Wes Anderson fan. I have like my entire office is Wes Anderson tchotchkes, and I put Bill Murray from Space Jam, not Rushmore.
Oh, I'm disappointed in you, Mark.
I feel like Wes Anderson card is taken.
Yeah.
So I love White Men Can't Jump. I love my boy Hayden Christensen, but I got to go with Bill Murray from Rushmore.
Well, I mean, in reality, I know that Wesley Snipes would win the moral battle, and like even if Hayden Christensen won, he'd make Hayden Christensen feel like a loser. But with the scoreboard, Hayden would win. So I know that Wesley didn't have that. Yeah. I know he didn't have that. So you think Bill Murray?
I got to go with Bill Murray because he blocked that elementary school kid's shot so terribly.
I think his attitude too, man. He's like so nonchalant.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, his character was a scumbag in that movie, right? Because he was trying to hook up with that one chick, I think.
I love that scene where he jumps into the swimming pool and he's just down there and he sees that little kid. I love that movie.
No, I think my second favorite scene from that movie is when they're at the dinner table and Jason Schwartzman makes that really terrible joke like, "Oh, really?" And then Bill Murray just kind of spits in his drink.
I just insert. I'm wearing my OR scrubs. Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, terrible.
So we have Sigourney Weaver and we have Bill Murray.
All right.
You know how like Bill Murray, he actually has a long history of either playing scumbags or scumbags who later turn around.
Yeah.
Like, because in Scrooged, he starts out as a scumbag, but then he kind of finds decency.
Groundhog.
And in Ghostbusters, he starts out trying to sleep with his graduate student volunteer, and he's even like lying to the other one to electrocute him, and then lying to spare the other girl. Like, I mean, he does a good sleaze bag, and then Kingpin.
Wait, they're together in Ghostbusters, Sigourney Weaver and Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Oh, a reunion. Now we know that they're going to play well together, because that's, you know how like sometimes you put together an all-star team, but they have no synergy, they don't work together,
yeah.
And like two players who aren't as good as either of them might play better together. This is already good synergy. I wonder if there's an Aykroyd hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
He's the mascot.
Not Dan Aykroyd from Grosse Point Blank, though. He's too fat. He can't handle the running.
And he's killed by a TV. You can't, like, he gets a TV slammed on his head. Like, we can't basketball team.
All right, I think it's time to take a quick break. But yeah, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Aloha.
When I say pod, you say
pie.
Wait a minute.
Whoa, what's
Robert,
going on, Kyle?
Take your headphones off real quick.
Okay, sorry.
John, what the hell is this?
Oh, I don't know. Robert invited me over. And
Yeah, I don't know.
idea.
This is kind of awkward. Are we doing like a promo or something?
I don't know. I wish he put on his pants though.
Yeah, he's like dancing around. He's talking about Shark Dropper.
I think he's looking for the baby oil.
Anyways, Robert, what are we doing? What are we doing?
What was that?
What are we doing?
I can put my headphones back on?
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing a promo for Shark Dropper.
Oh, okay.
That podcast we do that has improv, and we just talk about our daily lives and stuff.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I still wish you'd find your pants.
Where can I find it?
Oh, wait, are we supposed to wear sharkdropper.com?
Short time.
Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks, the basketball special. Not starring Leonardo DiCaprio.
Or Hayden Christensen, apparently.
Yeah. No, I just couldn't make the cut. I'm sorry. Anyway, I think we have another listener question. Right, Levingood?
Yep. Third one comes from a Facebook group called Silly and Spooky Chat 18 and over.
Wait, what? Hold on. Could you repeat that again?
Asked questions before.
Levin, could you repeat that again? What was that? What was the name of that Facebook group?
Oh, the Silly and Spooky Chat 18 and over Facebook group.
Levingood,
That's the Facebook.
Where?
It's just a place where people share like horror stuff. It's
okay. I don't want to get too in depth into your.
It just sounds.
I don't want to get too into depth into your online activities.
On there.
Well, welcome back, Azagoth.
Yeah, so Valak Azagoth, who sounds more like a Sith Lord than Darth Dirtbag, my friend from Australia, he asks, so does Alfred have to clean up all the bat shit in the Bat Cave?
I mean, yes, right?
This is a really legit question, isn't it? Because even though Wayne Manor might have like a staff of 40, they can't all know the secret. Only Alfred knows the secret. Like, you can't trust everyone with that secret.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he is. Or, like, there's a tiered system in the Batcave, right? Where it's always on a slight bit of an angle. And there's like a 3 times a day, there's like a, you know, in the grocery stores when that thunderstorm hits the plants and waters them?
Yeah.
There's like one of those that just sweeps all the bat poop away.
So,
I mean,
so there's it's like a fire alarm sprinkler system, and on an angle, so it washes it away.
No, but like coming from the ground. You know what I mean? Like there's like little things up, like there's little tiered things that pop up and go pew, and then they go, and then they wipe all the bat poop into the. I mean, if he can build a plane, if he can build that car, if he can jump his car from a ramp into there, like they developed a tiered system to get bat poop away.
Listen, guys.
But who built that?
Bruce Wayne is a billionaire inventor. Don't you think he has like a couple Roombas, like just kind of like sweeping the Batcave floor at all times?
Like a couple
maybe like the Roombas are in the shape of a bat. You know?
Yeah, a couple DJ Roombas like from Parks and Rec.
So like you see, that actually makes more sense than what I was like. I was thinking that like he's got this secret, he can't share it, and it had me wondering like if like superheroes like the X-Men, what is it? The X-Mansion, Xavier Mansion, the school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if places like that, or like bad guys' secret hideouts that are like, these rich supervillains, if there's like a special service that you call, almost like how like in John Wick there was like the body, the dead body service, like they call, or when a bad guy shoots someone in their office, like what are they? The goons can carry the body away, but at some point you want people who specialize in this.
I mean, James Spader on that terrible show Blacklist, he has a person that cleans up all the dead bodies. So I assume there's like a waste control, person.
Like, what if it was comprised entirely, like it was all mutants, right? But they were like all really, really minor mutants that have powers that would never work in battle.
Like they can sneeze bullets.
So it's like some type of meta mutant caste system where it's like if your mutant powers aren't as cool as the others, you're kind of relegated to like a lowly janitorial role.
You can burp fire.
Yeah.
What if one of the mutants could breathe ammonia gas and they would like breathe that into water and make a cleaning agent like for I don't know, I'm just making something random up. But like there's got to be mutant powers out there that are seemingly worthless until you find your niche, and your niche might not have anything to do with killing people or stopping criminals.
So I think that's the answer. Ammonia breathing mutants who are delegated because of a caste system to clean poop from Bruce Wayne's house.
Yeah.
I really do like the Roombas, though.
In the shape of a bat.
I like DJ Roomba playing like the Venga Boys while it cleans up poop.
And you know DJ Roomba. And you know DJ Roomba can keep a secret. If you can't trust DJ Roomba, who can you trust, right?
I think Christian Bale would listen to the Venga Boys.
Yeah. It was a hard night of fighting crime.
We like to party.
Phil Collins and Huey Lewis.
Yeah. I can hear it calling in the air.
Oh my God!
All right,
that man singing.
I guess the answer to that listener question is Venga Boys and DJ Roomba.
We like to party.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of a flashback. I haven't heard that song in years.
We like to party.
That's a terrible song. It was just really catchy. That's all.
Wait, is it a terrible song? Then?
Yeah, it was a terrible song.
It's really catchy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you once again for that fabulous listener question. I don't think we answered it, but we sure as hell, brought up new questions. Really.
we gave it a good old college go.
Yeah. All right. I think it's time to complete the rosters for our ultimate basketball cinematic all-star team, Avenger style, whatever. I'm not really sure what to call this team.
So we have Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. All right. So we have Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver. Those are our two starting players so far. Mark, who's your choice for the third player?
Okay. So in the classic film Blade Trinity, there's a character called Hedges, and he's played by Patton Oswalt. And this is a scene that many people have talked about, including Patton Oswalt himself. So Patton Oswalt is a comedian, and in the film he plays Hedges, the weapon master. And there's this scene where he's about, he's like a 5'4" guy, smaller guy, but he dunks on this much larger man while playing basketball. So he must have like talent beyond his thing. So I'm saying Patton Oswalt from Blade Trinity.
That's an interesting pick. And you know what else? Like, I'll bet that he would have gotten like a scholarship in college, almost for like helping call plays analytically when he's subbed out. Like,
so this is what Patton Oswalt tweeted about it. He said, "I defeated a tall black guy in a pickup game of basketball in a scene in Blade Trinity, and then hashtag criming while white." So a lot has been written about Blade Trinity and the problems behind the scenes, and Patton Oswalt has been like a great, I don't know, he's just talked some great things about the film and what happened and how it went so off the rails. But I love that in a movie this crazy, everyone's focusing on Patton Oswalt dunking a basketball. And I've read reviews where they're saying that like he plays the worst basketball in the history of man, but he still manages to like take the ball to the hoop and just dunk it. So I mean, I think a lot of people would underestimate him. Like, they would be like, this guy's not going to dunk on me. Then they get dunked on. This isn't going to happen again. They get dunked on. You know what I mean? You need to have, like, a Jeff Hornacek on your team or like, a John Stockton. You need to have that. And I think Hedges from Pat, played that guy.
Right. Nice.
So we got...
Well, so for me, it's... Again, I for some reason was drawn specifically to characters who were holding a basketball in a scene, and I went way back on this one. Tom Cruise in Cocktail.
Oh, brother!
Wow.
There's this scene in Cocktail, for our young listeners, this is like a 1986 movie. There's a scene in Cocktail where he and this other bartender are out during the day, and they're like playing a game of horse, and they're kind of making a gentleman's bet based on if Tom Cruise makes or misses his next shot, and then it's like double or nothing if he makes or misses the next shot. And Tom Cruise, in the middle of like talking smack to Brian Brown, who has a cigarette dangling from his mouth, and for this whole like 4-minute scene, Tom Cruise makes 3 straight 3-pointers, and then he makes a hook shot, and then he makes a behind the back granny shot, and the whole time, like, Brian Brown's eyes are just like widening as the scene progresses, and this cigarette is dangling more loosely. It goes from like perpendicular to the ground to like parallel to the ground to almost aiming at the ground perpendicularly. It's just a cute scene, and like he was shooting like there's no tomorrow. He's got lots of attitude. Like that's the kind of dude, a lot of attitude. Like I imagine that he would call a lot of fake fouls on the court so that he could get those penalty shots. Because I mean, in the movie, you don't see him working the court, right? Maybe he's not good at really moving with the ball, but he can make those free throws. He can hook them. He can reverse granny them. So I'm going Tom Cruise from
Cocktail. So we have two short guys.
That's right. Actually, they're probably not that far apart in height.
Yeah.
You know what though? If it was the one-on-one, even though I think Tom Cruise has the shooting skills and but things that like he can't out smack talk Patton Oswalt ever.
Yeah.
And even though like he's like good looking and like a mean, like he could be a mean frat guy, Patton Oswalt is too smart. And the other thing is that Patton Oswalt has a weight advantage, so D'ing up, he could keep Tom Cruise. You know, like you edge back with your butt to push him back. Like Tom Cruise couldn't do that. Like Oswalt would just keep him wherever he wanted him. I think.
Yeah, it would be a head game with Tom. I think Tom Cruise would lose the head game for sure.
But then Tom Cruise would call a fake foul.
Yeah.
And then he'd get his shots. So like I think that's like it's a little tough. Like I don't know if the official's onto him or not. I think that's what it really comes down to.
I like it. So it depends on the officiating.
Yeah.
we need to pick an official at the end of this.
That's right.
Because right now, Gene Hackman from The Replacements, who's my coach and who is also in Hoosiers, he's freaking out over this.
My coach is the guy from Whiplash. He can, like,
wait, you mean J.K. Simmons?
Yeah, he can drive people into insanity. So like,
oh man,
imagine him as your coach. Should be the worst life ever. Like,
oh wait, in that case, I'd need to demote Gene Hackman because he'd go insane and he'd turn into Gene Hackman at the end of Birdcage being dumbfounded. Instead, I'm going to go with Al Pacino from Any Given Sunday because he's already insane.
Yeah, hooah. Dunkachino. Oh, Al Pacino.
I need a football player. You gotta be the ball in the field. I'm doing this terrible impression. We're good at terrible impressions on this show.
Dunkachino.
Was that from Jack and Jill?
Yeah, he does an entire commercial about Dunkachinos.
Like he had a little song. He was like dancing.
Dunkachino with Dunkin' Donut. I'm
coming in,
Al Pacino, and I'm coming in hot for the Dunkachino. Give me
All right.
Elizabeth, pull me out of this quicksand. What's your pick?
My third pick. It's actually kind of an obvious pick, and I think this is the only podcast where this pick would be considered the obvious pick.
Wait, can I guess? Is it Michael J. Fox from Teen Wolf?
It is.
Oh my God! I intentionally avoided that. The whole way.
So we have three really short people.
But one of them's a werewolf, so it kind of makes up for that, right?
But I just love that we picked three really short guys.
I think what's awesome about Michael J. Fox, the Teen Wolf, is that he's legit got some really good moves. I mean, he's fast, he can handle the ball, and he can dunk. Granted, he can only do it when he's a werewolf, but still, it's still impressive. I think it's impressive for the guy who was in that suit.
Yeah,
think about it.
there is the guy who was in the suit.
Yeah, seriously, he had to do all those moves while wearing like this heavy
suit. Not Michael J. Fox.
No, I'm still going Michael J. Fox. I just want to point out how hard it was for the guy in that suit to do those moves.
So there are clips online that show like if you were to like Google search horrible defense Teen Wolf, you'll see this like scene where he goes for like a jump shot or a layup or something, and three defense guys are all jumping to block it, except they're all like 6 feet away from him, like radiating away from him. And like this article I found, it was like just making fun of how like all these shots that were being made in Teen Wolf, it was with non-existent defense.
Yeah, so like, is he good or is the defense terrible?
Listen, if you had to guard a werewolf, wouldn't you want to keep your distance too? you know, you don't want to get mauled. You don't want to get mauled.
Because then, if I'm taller than him, I get scratched. I become a werewolf. I go to the NBA.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I mean, you say that like it should be scary, but it is a Michael J. Fox werewolf. Because, like, if no, hold on, bear with me, guys, bear with me here.
If it was a Daniel Day-Lewis werewolf, I would like run away.
Yeah, but he would also weigh 150 pounds.
Yeah. Wait, the Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah, because he's so skinny.
Yeah, but he's always in character. Like, it would just be like, it'd be like the wiry guy you just don't want to mess with.
But wait, hold on. So, but the werewolf thing. Bear with me here. So you're getting not like a typical movie werewolf. You're getting a Michael J. Fox werewolf. Now, if I were to tell you that I'll give you $100 if you fight a professional wrestler for an hour, you'd probably say no. But what if it was a midget professional wrestler?
I'd still say no, because it would just be so awkward.
I don't care. We'll make it $5,000 then. Then you'd say yes. Because you wouldn't be scared anymore. You wouldn't be scared. You see what I mean? It might be an extreme example, but I'm just saying that Michael J. Fox werewolf is not nearly as menacing as like any other werewolf in the history of film.
Yeah, I'd be too busy petting him. I'd be giving him
like
treats.
He's like a 150-pound werewolf.
I'd be giving him
he
treats.
Can claw the crap out of me, but then I'm gonna throw him.
Yeah. All right, so who do we got here? Do we have Tom Cruise? Do we have Patton Oswalt? Or do we have Michael J. Fox werewolf?
I'm biased, so I'm going Michael J. Fox.
D here, I don't know. And Patton Oswalt. Wait, hold on. Patton Oswalt. I'm on the fence as to whether or not he beat out my Tom Cruise cocktail, but he'd have a really good shot at it, right? So, but Patton Oswalt was the weapons master in Blade Trinity, and Blade Trinity, he knows about dealing with the supernatural. And Blade Trinity, it was rumored they were going to make Ryan Reynolds a werewolf and give him his own offshoot movie as a werewolf. So Patton Oswalt might even know how to deal with werewolves.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm going Patton, guys. I'm going Patton Oswalt.
I didn't even think about that.
Lazarus, do you object? Would you like to come to the defense?
No, not really.
So who you got, Levingood? You doing Patton?
Yeah, I think Patton Oswalt, actually. I think that's the best choice because he can do real D.
All right, so we have Patton Oswalt, Bill Murray, and Sigourney Weaver.
All right, sounds good. All right.
So far, I'm the only one who doesn't have a real pick taken.
You'll get it. I got one. John has two.
You'll get there. Okay,
wait. Can I lead this time?
Yeah, sure.
Just this time?
Yeah, do it.
Because you guys have 2 and 1, and I have no picks that have been taken.
That's fair.
All right, yeah. My pick is Brendan Fraser from Bedazzled.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of his wishes was to be like a rich, famous whatever, and he was a basketball star who was dumb as like... I mean, he was as dumb as sin, like a dried turd. But he was huge, right? He was like 7 feet tall and thick, and he was just dominating the court. Patton Oswalt can't D him up. Like,
no.
And he had devil wish skill, by the way. He was literally bedeviled with skill.
Well, I think he beats out my pick, who I have Ernest from Ernest Slam Dunk.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, man, you and your Ernest movies.
And I mean, he just had magical shoes. Like, he didn't have a devil wish. He just had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar magical shoes.
Was he as good as Little Bow Wow from Like Mike in terms of actual basketball skill?
Oh, of course. Have you watched Ernest Slam Dunk? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said if Jim Varney actually practiced, he could have made the NBA.
What?
That is a lie. That is a total lie.
I was about to say.
So like, I don't know, just Ernest with his hat, and he's on the clean. Like I don't know. Like I got Ernest.
Hey Vern.
Hey, when you guys listen to this podcast, head to our site, Movies, Films, and Flicks. Look at the post I wrote about our basketball team, and you'll see a picture of Ernest from Ernest Slam Dunk, and his arms look pretty ripped. Like, Ernest was a ripped dude. But
So wait, can you just paint me a picture here? Like, what does he look like on the court? Does he look like a fumbling Ernest who somehow magically gets the ball into the hoop, or does
every time he slam dunks, he grimaces. He's like, whoa! like, it's like an accidental.
So it's almost like he's possessed.
Yeah, his shoes are possessed. So he's like sitting there going, I'm Ernest, I'm dunking. So it's not Ernest, it's his shoes. But in Bedazzled, I just like Brendan Fraser. He needs more love. So he got Lazvath.
Okay, I'm going with. It just doesn't seem fair for me to pick this guy, but I think he would be.
You're totally gonna steal my thunder.
No, I'm gonna go with Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's why he was my fifth pick.
Oh, there you go.
Is that really on your list, Mark?
Yeah, he's. I did a picture of all 5 players, and he's on my picture.
So he's basically a walking, talking tree. He can extend his limbs, so to speak. So he can basically dunk from anywhere in the court. He can play defense from anywhere in the court.
Oh my God! Why didn't I think of Mr. Fantastic?
See, that was too easy. And I also thought about Snake Plissken from Escape from L.A.
Yeah.
I too, but we talked about him.
Yeah.
No, we talked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you could say this is my Sarlacc pit for basketball. But I'm going with Groot. You know.
I mean, I don't too. I have him in a picture. I'm looking at a picture right now, and he is there. Like he is,
dude.
Yep.
All right. So I'm pretty sure that Brendan Fraser would have had it, but he can't take on Groot.
Listen, guys.
Even with devil skills.
But listen, we picked a team with Bill Murray and Patton Oswalt. So I love Groot. I pick Groot, but I didn't see Brendan Fraser from Bedazzled either. Like I love Brendan Fraser. So I'm a Brendan Fraser guy. Like I'm going Brendan Fraser.
Like my heart says Brendan Fraser, but like if I was betting on the game, like if I was a desperate gambler, I'd be like, no, I gotta put my money on Groot. Like
so
he's gonna pay the mortgage.
Lazvath, you got the tie break.
You know what? I'm gonna give Brendan Fraser a shot. You know, I feel like
you know what? Maybe his devil skills, he lights Groot on fire.
No, listen, he has Elizabeth Hurley kind of in his corner, so to speak. So I feel like that.
That's right. She comes as the cheerleader. That's the real win.
Yeah.
So,
dude, that.
Yeah.
No, and like that's funny.
And you know what else?
Groot too. That's crazy.
She can pull a replacements, like the cheerleaders and the replacements, and distract the other team.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Bill Murray, Sigourney Weaver, Patton Oswalt, and Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
From Bedazzled on our basketball team.
This is a wacky. You know what's funny? I didn't actually pick this person, but because I don't think any listeners might know what this is. But you guys know the movie, the John Carpenter movie, Deadly Friend.
Yeah, I had that. No, that's Wes Craven.
Or I'm sorry, Wes Craven. But
I had them on my post too.
She's like you put that in the post?
Yeah.
Like she throws a basketball and explodes the head of this mean old lady. But the thing is that all I could think was she's just going to get warnings all the time and then just be sitting on a penalty bench, basically. Like she can't really. We don't know if she'll probably make shots, but that temper, killing people, that's not going to fly.
Yeah, Samantha Pringle is her name from Deadly Friend.
Was that the old lady? Wait, was that the same old lady or a different old lady than like throw mom off the train in the Goonies?
Same lady in the Goonies. Throw mom from the train in the Goonies. Okay. So before I do my fifth pick.
She talks like this, so he's angry.
Yeah, and her head explodes because of a basketball. And so before I do my fifth pick, I had Fletch from Fletch. I'm not going to use him. Then I had Ben Manabag from Better Luck Tomorrow. I had Samantha Pringle, Bill Murray from Space Jam, the cable guy. But all right, guys, I'm going to let you pick my pick, okay? I don't know who to do. I'm torn. So I have Sue Storm from the Fantastic Four, because you never know where she is.
Okay.
Like, on defense, she's a terror, but on offense, she could be getting ice cream. Like, you have no idea where she is at any time, right. You know?
Well, like, the thing is that being invisible helps people. You know, it's hard to play D on her, but when people are just running around, everyone's bigger than her, and they're just going to run her over, not even seeing her.
Yeah, but she has superpowers, though. She gets, like, blasted by, like, gamma rays, and she's okay. So she's, like, tough. You know what I mean? Like, she can handle herself.
She has force field powers, too. That's right. She has force field powers.
Or you guys can pick. Or Sandy Lyle from Along Came Polly. Philip Seymour Hoffman in Along Came Polly is a former child actor, and he plays basketball with Ben Stiller a lot. And Philip Seymour Hoffman's always like, "Let it rain," and like he's the worst basketball player in the world. But like, there's a scene where he's playing basketball and he gets a great offensive rebound on guys much bigger than him. So he's tenacious as all get out. So who should I pick? Sandy Lyle from Along Came Polly or Sue Storm from Fantastic Four?
I mean, Sue Storm I'd go with her because she can put up her force field and start the motion of her three-pointer and then break the force field the moment we break. And she's invisible, so people don't know where to hold their hand to block. They just have to guess it and just wave their hands around.
Yeah.
So like she might not have the skill, but that's a huge add, even just for the passing game, even just for moving the ball.
Yep.
I mean, I'd go with her because even if she never makes a shot, it's so valuable for the passing game.
Yep. All right, so we're doing Sue Storm on my pick.
Okay.
I'd say so.
Good. You
mentioned the cable guy, and just because you mentioned him, I'm going to take him off.
Oh no, my bad.
He was one of mine, no, it's okay. And he was amazing D though, wasn't he? In that game, he was amazing brutal. D. Very responsible with the warm up, so no, he's not pulling anything.
And he jumped on Jack Black to dunk a ball, and then he broke the rim
like with his crotch, like in the face, like he crotch faced Jack Black. But like, so instead, I'm gonna go with Edward Norton, American History X.
Oh my gosh!
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You remember the basketball scene from that?
That's scary.
He was dominating the court. And, of course, that's when Edward Norton – that's the only movie where you could ever say that he was buff. And he was well filled out and frightening. He had the shaved head going on because he was playing a neo-Nazi who ended up being a very nice neo-Nazi, as it turns out.
Yeah.
But,
the heart of gold. Like, you know, like the stripper with a heart of gold? He was a neo-Nazi with a heart of gold.
Yeah, I mean, because – Even when he was like a black person hating and attacking neo-Nazi, he very much cared for his girlfriend and his leader. But of course, that's brainwashing too, I guess. But then, turned into a cool guy. But then when he's being a cool guy in prison, he's playing basketball with the black guys. He's turning away from the neo-Nazis. He's like giving shit to the guards. But he dunks. He does a jump reverse dunk. I don't know basketball terms, but it was like a jumping half spin reverse, like behind the back dunk.
Yep.
Like that was pretty badass. Like white man can jump.
Yep.
I like that. And he's tough.
Yeah.
He's no nonsense. You're not
I
get in his head.
I totally
Did
agree
his character
with
have the white power?
Oh yeah.
That's bad. Sorry guys.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with Edward Norton. I feel like he'd be a great pick, but I would have gone with Edward Norton from Fight Club because I feel like the wiry version of Edward Norton would be the better basketball player. The American History X Edward Norton would be a better football player. You know, I feel like Fight Club Edward Norton, like he could fill like a John Stockton role. Like I could see him wearing like those really super short shorts. It just
If we're gonna split hairs here, we're gonna split hairs, then I'm Morgan Freeman from Bruce Almighty, and I'm God.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make every shot ever. Or I'm Liam Neeson as Zeus.
I'm just saying.
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah. I just feel like American History X Edward Norton would just be kind of. I mean, he would be buff, but he'd also be kind of slow. Whereas Fight Club Ed Norton, like he'd be a little bit faster. You know, he's
got that redneck wiry stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think he would be faster. I mean, people with quadriceps have the best sprint speeds. I mean,
yeah, but
Neo-Nazis don't sprint.
No.
Well, if they're running from cops.
Yeah.
After a curb stomping scene.
All right, so we have Sue Storm and Edward Norton from American History X.
Okay.
We got Lazvath.
All right, so before I tell you guys my last pick, I just want to go through like the other ones that didn't really make it, or at least came close. I decided not to put Air Bud on my list.
Yeah, I thought about that.
God.
Yeah, I was
That
just
would
like,
anger me.
I was just like, you know, it would have been funny, but at the same time, it's like I would have had a really hard time justifying putting Air Bud on my list.
You know what it would take? You know what it would take for Edward Norton to combat Air Bud?
Yeah.
One frisbee.
Oh. Lemongood, you mentioned him earlier, Kadeem Hardison. He was also in another movie called The Sixth Man with Marlon Wayans. and like it came out in like the late '90s.
Yeah, he was.
It was it was like it was. I remember this movie because I saw it in theaters. It's something I totally admit to, but apparently it was like Marlon Wayans, Kadeem Hardison played college basketball teammates. Kadeem Hardison died, unfortunately, in the middle of the season. But Kadeem Hardison's ghost comes back and helps Marlon Wayans from the dead. It was kind of like a Angels in the Outfield, but in basketball with Marlon Wayans. It was a really terrible movie. But I feel like I wanted to put that on the list. But I'm just like, I don't know.
Holy. You know what's so meta cool about that is that I mentioned that he was in this bad Death by Temptation horror movie. In that movie, he dies. And then in his very next movie, he was like the backup player to Wesley Snipes. So he was the backup player in a basketball team, right? After he died in the previous movie. You're talking about him in a movie where he is a ghost backup player.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Everyone be impressed if you're listening.
I also had like two really super obvious picks, but they would have been like super unfair. Michael Jordan, Space Jam. I'm just like, oh yeah, obviously he would have made the team no matter what. I mean, you can't say no to Michael Jordan. And also Ray Allen from He Got Game as Jesus Shuttleworth. It's like, again, also a real basketball player. It's hard to say no. So I didn't want to put him on because they just want to be fair. So
I was thinking about putting Denzel on there too, like
Edward Norton would make a prison shiv.
Oh,
yeah. I was just like thinking about I was thinking about like really good picks, but I'm like, nah, I'm going troll.
It's fun if you can justify like a crazy character to put on the list. So it's kind of appropriate that my last pick is also probably the craziest, I think. But I'm going with Happy Gilmore. So basically, he was a hockey player who, let's say, what happened to him? Like, he just got suspended from his league for just being too violent,
he was
right?
beating too many people up.
So he was forced to play golf, right? So he's basically an athlete who can basically adapt to any sport. So I feel like he would do very well in basketball, right? I feel like he would never make any shots, but he would play really good defense.
He could be like he'd be a good. What was Dennis Rodman? He was a guard, right?
If you watch he was a forward.
Yeah.
Oh, forward. Whatever. I don't know basketball, but he could be like a Dennis Rodman kind of aggressive forward. Then
no, he could like check people with a hockey stick.
Yeah. And if you watch like The Longest Yard, like Adam Sandler's actually good at basketball. He like brings a basketball court to his sets.
Yeah.
So like he plays a lot of basketball. Like so he's actually good at it. Like he's like a legit guy. So Happy Gilmore could technically be like the Dennis Rodman of, the 5'10" Dennis Rodman of the league.
I just want to see like Happy Gilmore getting the fist fights in the middle of a basketball court. It's like, why are you not shooting in the ball?
I don't think he wants to get into a fist fight with American History X Edward Norton.
Oh, I think he would. I think he would.
I'm going to disqualify Sue Storm because we basically just have humans on our team.
Well,
so,
I mean, Sue Storm's also a human, kind of.
Yeah, I guess.
Kind of.
So, wait, we have Bill Murray, Sigourney Weaver, Patton Oswalt, and Brendan Fraser. So who's gonna be the forward on our team? Sue Storm, Edward Norton, or Adam Sandler?
I'm going to say this is the only set of picks where I would be equally thrilled with all of them.
Yeah.
Like, no pick will even make me flinch or think like, oh, this person should, like, these are all great picks this time.
Well, let's consider the chemistry. Let's consider the chemistry set up by the first four picks. Sigourney Weaver.
Like
Bill
right
Murray.
Now, we're the board. We're the board members that own the team.
All right, so Sigourney Weaver, Bill Murray, Patton Oswalt, Brendan Fraser. What kind of team is that? Like
kind of laid back. You know what I mean?
Kind of laid back. So we want like
it all.
Yeah. So we
I
want
would
someone
nickname
similar?
that team the Ghostbusters because of Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver. Patton Oswalt is in a supernatural movie, and Brendan Fraser was in a supernatural movie.
Yep.
Okay.
I call them the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick Shaq from Kazam, but I felt like that was or Shazam.
Yeah.
Or Kazam.
That movie shouldn't exist, and therefore you shouldn't be able to pick it.
Then I was gonna add him in Blue Chips. So I'm like, that's too obvious, so I didn't do that.
And then I was going to choose him from Steel, but that also shouldn't exist.
Yeah, exactly. Dennis Rodman from Simon Says. Oh man, I don't know how well Bill Murray would deal with like a white supremacist. You know what I mean?
So all right, that's fair. Like people would be like, "Look, you're reformed, but you do have a swastika tattooed to your chest, and that'll show through the tank top. It's going to be bad for ticket sales. Like you can help the team practice."
Yeah, from a ticket sales standpoint, if I'm an executive, I don't want Edward Norton.
Yeah, we own the team. Right now, we're the board at this point. It's Edward, that's fair. Edward Norton's out.
So then are we the Trailblazers? Remember when the Trailblazers were like the worst team in the league and they're always getting into fights and stuff? Do we want Happy Gilmore on our team? Because he's going to beat people up.
Well,
yeah, actually, I think you do because the first four are really laid back. So you need someone more aggressive to be the enforcer of the team, right?
Yeah.
Someone has to do it. Someone has to do it.
Sue Storm could just go near him and then activate her force field, and that'll knock him out.
And then no one would see it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know, guys. Does anybody have a coin?
I think
I'm not going to be responsible for this choice.
Okay, here we go.
Hold on, wait.
Lazavath, close your eyes.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on a second.
The people listening are like, did he really close his eyes?
Lazavath, close your eyes. I'm going to set something up here.
Okay.
All right, Lazavath, close your eyes. Levingood, I'm going to show you a number. You see it?
I see it.
Okay. So, John, all right, so Adam Sandler, right? Happy Gilmore. All right, just pick one or two. Pick one of them.
Okay. What was the point of me closing my eyes?
Just pick one or two.
2.
Okay, then Sue Storm.
Okay.
The whole time I'm watching Mark hold up 2 fingers and try to figure. Okay, Lazavath. So, just pick one or two. Like this. Oh my God! Guys, all right, so it's Sue Storm.
I'm up in the mountains. I've been drinking beer all day, so it's not working. All right, so Sue Storm. So our team is Ripley. It is Herman Bloom. It is Sue Storm. It is Hedges, and then it's whoever Brendan Fraser was in Bedazzled.
Exactly.
So of all of the teams in the world, this is the 5 we picked.
It's a pretty solid team, I think.
Dude, whatever you put together any team of the best players that actually exist, I don't think they're going to win.
Nope.
Yeah, I'd put them up against the 90s Bulls, the 80s Pistons, the 70s
I think they're going to win just because of Sue Storm. Like, we have an invisible superhero on the floor who can do force fields.
And we have Bill Murray who can just block, 7-year-old shots.
And we have a 1,000-year-old clone. Yeah. We have a 7-foot something center.
Yeah.
And then we have Patton Oswalt.
Wait, lest we forget, Sigourney Weaver, she's aggressive. She's inhumanly strong for her size, at least. Yeah. She's inhumanly strong for her size. But if you rough her up, she could intentionally have blood drawn because she has acid blood, remember?
No one wants to mess with her. And she cuddles with aliens.
She has acid blood. Like, she's weird. Yeah, she cuddles with aliens. That's right. Everyone's like, she's tough.
I've never seen I've never seen Bo Outlaw cuddle. I've never seen LeBron James cuddle with an alien. You know what I mean?
Well,
nope. That would certainly make the news. I haven't seen it.
That would certainly make the news.
Real quick, who do you want for our coach?
Oh gosh,
Gene Hackman, the Replacements.
No, Gene Hackman from. Well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, Gene Hackman from Replacements. Why not?
Because he's just a good dude. Like he took a team of nobodies and got them to the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's pretty great.
He could do it with
and the owner is Gene Hackman from Runaway Jury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the team lawyer, the team litigator, is Gene Hackman from The Firm. And the trainer is Popeye Doyle because he's an ex-athlete.
Yeah. Oh, the team's audio equipment manager is Gene Hackman from Enemy of the State.
Or The Conversation. Well, yeah, their tech guy is Gene Hackman from Enemy of the State. I love it. And one of the bad dads is Gene Hackman from Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh yeah. Also starring Bill Murray.
Oh yeah, also starring Bill Murray.
Yeah.
So we have a. Oh wait, and Gene Hackman, isn't Gene Hackman in that movie with? Oh, that's Ray Liotta. No, Gene Hackman's in that movie with Sigourney Weaver and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh, Heartbreakers. He was the old rich guy.
Yeah.
He could be the guy who owns the stadium.
Yeah, he's a co-owner.
So is the team going to be called the Hackmans?
Yes, the Hackmans.
He's one of the board members.
Yeah.
The New Mexico Hackmans.
I love it. So it's called the Hackmans.
New Mexico Hackmans.
Yeah.
All right, and then the people that lost out, the 5 that we lost out. So Edward Norton, Groot, Hayden. Wait, no. So whoever lost out is our bench. Okay. So we picked 15 people. Whoever lost out is our bench.
We got a deep bench.
Yeah, we got Groot on our bench. The troll guy's going to take up the entire bench.
I mean, so would Groot.
He's like busting through the ceiling of the dome.
Yeah, our bench is legit. I think we just picked the greatest basketball team ever.
Yeah, I would. I mean, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense, but I would love to see this team go up against our fantasy football team. I just
like Pitt.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work, but I feel like that would be super entertaining to watch.
Any listener who's wondering about that, by the way, that was episode 29 for us, the fantasy football draft.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
All right, guys.
It's all about that Sarlacc pit.
Before we sign off, is there any plugs you want to make?
Yeah, guys. Just download some pictures of movies, films, and flicks. Look at it, stare at it, rate, review us, listen to the pod, share us, tell your friends, tell your family. Spread the word of movies, films, and flicks.
Yeah.
Live it. Live the life of Gene Hackman in movies, films, and flicks.
Yeah. Is he still acting? He retired.
No,
right?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think he retired. Which is a shame because I watched Unforgiven the other day and he's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially at the end when he, yeah.
I didn't deserve this.
Because he's pretty old. Speaking of old, I noticed on Facebook that sometime in the last several days it was Bill Shatner's birthday. He's 85.
Really? Wow.
85.
He looks 20 years younger than that, to be honest.
Wait, Gene Hackman. Oh, wait. Yeah, Gene Hackman from the... Oh, that's Tommy Lee Jones. Never mind.
Tommy Lee Jones also looking pretty good for his age. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Tommy Lee Jones.
Not the drummer. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't look good for his age.
No.
Tommy Lee drummer.
You kidding me? Even when he was 50, he looked like something that Dr. Frankenstein reanimated. I mean, Tommy, if you're listening, I love your acting, but I'm just saying.
Sorry, Tommy.
Right. All right, guys. Well, that was fun. Hopefully, you guys do well in your brackets. Fortunately, mine was busted in the first round. Thanks, Yale. Whatever. It's frustrating when your bracket gets busted because a group of dudes decide to overachieve. Whatever. Anyway, that's been Movies, Films, and Flicks. I've been your host, John Loswell. For my co-hosts, Mark Hoffmeyer,
Gene Hackman,
John Lemongood.
I think we didn't mention Kurt Russell once.
Oh, no, we just did.
Escape from L.A.
Oh, that's right, we did! We did!
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys.
Have a good night, folks.
Thanks.
Kurt Russell will lullaby us.
Thanks so much for listening. And see you guys next time.
Above the target. T-minus 5 seconds till shark drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the shark! Go! 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 This podcast is a Shark Dropper Studios production.